All right. Fire signs, I've not forgot about you. So, here's your fire signs. February 2025 reading. So, we have Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So, first up on our list is Aries. So, first card I drew was Ostentation. And we got the number 2 on that. And 2 is usually replica of... I like to call my number 2, slow it down a little bit. So for some of you Aries out there, I feel like in the month of February, you're going to meet somebody that is going to be very flashy, showing off a lot of money and luxury. You know, like the card says, ostentation. But I feel like there's a bluff in there. I feel like they want to make it that way. And I feel like a lot of you Aries out there have really come into your own. So your type isn't like that anymore. But you would know because they're bluffing. So you really don't want to go backwards, right? You don't want someone that's insecurely doing all this because they're insecure, and then you end up having, to take care of them. So in February, I see that happening. I see huge, for somebody out there, I see them meeting somebody that's going to be very flashy and showing off wealth and stuff, but it's not really there. For some of the Aries, what this means is maybe slow down on your money a little bit. You don't need to use money to impress. I get it. Money makes the world go round, right? But there's other things out there, instead of taking somebody on a flashy date, if you live somewhere warm, take them to a mountaintop or something. That's fun. In a van. I don't know. Camper van? I don't know. So, lame, right? Alright. So, your animal, Aries, monkey. For the month of February, monkey is going to guide you, but that's to remind you of your own shrewdness or to stay away from other people's shrewdness. It also is inquisitive. It's like that of a youthful child, but the monkey is also mischievous, so it warns not to get into so much mischief. But for some, it means you need to, the month of February and March is really about finding your youth again, and coming out of something. I feel like a lot of you guys have had anxiety, and playing like you're a kid again can help with a lot of that anxiety. So affection, good nature, self-deception, and immaturity. So if some of you guys out there are struggling with immaturity, the monkey is going to be there to remind you that you are worth it. You don't have to show off flashy things. You don't have to do any of that. You guys are worth it. All you Aries out there, you're worth it. And you don't need to be doing that to impress. And I'm sure I feel like some Aries are going to meet somebody that you think you have to impress thoroughly, but you're not really gonna have to. I think they like more natural things. Just remember that, Aries. So February 2025. As for work, I see it staying kind of where it's at for February. Health, I see stress and anxiety, but like I said, I think that's why the monkey came out, is to remind you to go play, and that's gonna help a lot of that your health and your struggles with your health. All right, Leo. We got principle. It's about the principle of things, right? Principle and honor. You got the 9. It's God number. So I think you're going to be falling into having to use your judgment and using principle. Your spirit animal for the month of February is the dragonfly. The dragonfly, which is self-acceptance, transparency, truth, lightheartedness, having fun, laughing at yourself sometimes, Leos, compassion, authenticity, and candor, meaning watch. I think watch how you say things. I feel like there's some Leos out here that are dealing with a relationship, a relationship that you've been very blunt in, and you're starting to come into your own and realize maybe there's some feelings being hurt. And maybe you can start tiptoeing around it. Sometimes, you can't tiptoe. Sometimes you really have to get it out there. Especially if something is really bad in a relationship. But in this relationship, for some people, I feel like, I feel like you've got to be a little more sensitive. And I think you're starting to realize that. But use the dragonfly. Just call in the dragonfly. All these animals on here for this month. When you're struggling, just call that spirit animal in to help guide you. If you're struggling. All right. Next up, Sagittarius. Saggy. I pulled these, and last night I pulled Sag, and I was going to do Sag, and I didn't have time. And what's crazy is I pulled like the same cards for you guys. And it was the same thing. Some of you Saggies. So I got the number 8. So for some of you, you have some secrets around money. And it's coming out. And I feel like you're going to be in trouble. And for because 8 is the money number. And for others, I feel like there are secrets being kept from you about money. And you're about to get some win cash, right? Like, you're about to get some due pay for some of the stuff. Your guiding animal, and some people are like, oh, bats are bad. No, they're not. They're a good luck omen. So, you got the bat. So, Saggies, you got the bat for February. And what the bat represents is discretion, perception, transformation, hypersensitivity, genuine talent, effectiveness. So I'm really I'm picking up for Saggies, a lot of Saggies on here. I feel like Sagittarius are very truthful usually, but they're not really used to wronging people and holding it for so long. But I feel like some of you Saggies were kind of made to hold something like a secret, and you don't want to anymore, and it's been hurting you. It's been hurting you about taking or about secrets, and you just want it to be done. And I feel like you're gonna tell the truth. And discretion means be careful who you say, but go to the right people. But I think for you Saggies worried about it, feel free to just let it out. Just let it all out. I would just tell the truth. For some of you Saggies, I really am picking up this is all about secrets and money. Some of you really need to come forth and tell the truth about it and try to give back to whatever situation it was. And for a lot of you Sagittarius, you were wronged. You had money taken, especially in a relationship. And, or Sagittarius, another thing I'm picking up is work. I feel like some of you Saggies out there, you're working for peanuts and you're worth so much more than what you're getting paid. And I think it's time to go to that boss. I know times are a little hard, but come on. I mean, and I keep thinking 24-cent raise. Just even ask for a 24-cent raise. Go in with the books. Show them how much, your receipts. Show them how much, work you do, and say, listen, I'm worth this. I'm worth this. And there's got to be someone out there that's going to hire you if they're not going to be accepting of you. So, anyways, that was February. So that was fire signs for February of 2025.